Hi, hello, and welcome to yet another episode of World Cup Tidbits with Viskar.
No idea, man. We are so used to having him do the introduction. So maybe he's in some marriage or I don't know, like some birthday function or party or something.
All right, no worries. We know Tar is brilliant with the show, but we
Yeah.
promise you, all our millions of subscribers, that we'll try our best to make sure you don't miss him today. So,
Yeah.
just let's start with yesterday's match. So, England were
Hmm.
tested yesterday, made to bat first, and they had an initial hiccup as well. But then
Yeah.
came Butler and changed the course of the game. So,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on that inning by Butler?
Yes, I mean, as you mentioned, they were on a bit of a sticky wicket, you would say, like in the power play where they lost three quick wickets, and then it was important for someone to partner with Butler because he was the only guy staying there, and he looked good on that wicket. It was not your typical Sharjah wicket. It was slightly better, you can say, where it was not maybe sticking on that much and better for stroke play. But like they were I think 60 odd or something in 11 overs, and to get to 160 from there was an excellent effort, and that credit must mainly go to Butler. And it was his first international T20 100 that he got as well, so, and off the last ball of the innings, so that would make it even more special for him.
Yeah, exactly. Like Shaz mentioned, it was a beautiful innings. And moving on to second inning, the target was on par, and the dew was there in the on the field, and Sri Lanka could have
Yeah.
chased it. But
Yeah.
what do you think went wrong for the Lankans?
Well, I think they never got any substantial partnership, if you ask me. They kept losing wickets at regular intervals. Starting off with the run out that they had right in the first over itself. And then once Adil Rashid came into the attack, they lost two more wickets in the power play. So, from there, you knew it was always going to be an uphill task. And I think they never could recover because they kept losing wickets right through the innings. And yeah, I think only a brief period when Hasaranga and Shanaka were going on, you thought maybe they had a chance. But then once those wickets fell, you knew it was going to be a Herculean task for them.
Yeah, so Hasaranga was a key player for Sri Lanka, both with the bat as well as the ball. So
Yeah.
going forward, do you think he'll be an important player for Sri Lanka? And also considering that IPL auctions are coming up, do you think many teams will be bidding for him?
Yes, considering his all-round abilities, he'll definitely going to be a useful player because wrist spinner is always going to be handy, in taking wickets. And it seems like not as quite a few batsmen are not able to pick his wrong one or his natural variation as well. And also his capabilities with the bat, where he can come and get those runs as well in the middle order. So yeah, he's definitely going to be one to watch out for in the future, I would say.
All right. So that was our post-match discussion of the lone game yesterday. Short and
Yeah.
sweet one because we don't have our regular host. So let's move on to today's terrific Tuesday, and we have got two matches today. So the first one is a charged up Sri Lanka South Africa playing against crippled Bangladesh. So Bangladesh again will be missing out on a key player, Shakib, due to an injury.
Hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
do you think they still have a chance of upsetting South Africa today?
Well, yeah, I mean, given the talent that they generally possess, I don't think they've been playing to their potential. I think they would surely want to, like, at least get off to a win. They haven't won anything, right? How
No,
many
no.
games have they played?
I
They
think
played against three.
yeah,
Three games and they haven't won. I mean, it's definitely not the record that they would be looking for. They're capable of doing much better. So yeah, and they would fancy their chances against South Africa, who've got off two wins, but it's been more like not very dominating performances. So like they have managed to get on the board like with two wins, but yeah, but I would say, like, considering the form, I would say South Africa would be the favorites.
yeah. So Bangladesh is coming off some wins at their home, And even though the pictures are like somewhat similar, I don't think things are clicking out right for them. So any interesting batting or bowling you want to watch in these matches? This match?
That's what I mean. I don't know, like Mustafizur was not there in the last game, right? I think they've got another left arm Shoriful or someone, because I've not seen him before this. So I think he did well, like where he picked up a few wickets at the beginning and at the end. For I think Bangladesh, it's sort of like the collective team effort is something that is missing. They've come close to winning, or like against Sri Lanka, they had a great chance of winning and they threw that game away. And even against West Indies, like they came so close, but then they were just not able to close it out. So they've had their moments. It's just that they need to go have those things go for them at the right moment, and then you might see them emerge victorious.
Yeah, so we'll have to wait and watch what happens today. And
Yeah.
we should not forget there's another one probable one-sided match today, which is Pakistan versus Namibia. But Pakistan kind of scraped through against Afghanistan in the previous game, and the result could have gone either way if not for those Asif Ali sixes. So is Pakistan the clear winner today, or do you think the game is open for both the teams?
At least considering the current form, you would say that Pakistan would definitely, stand a great chance of winning, because they've been very professional and thorough in their performance. Even like in the last game, against Afghanistan, they still had an over to spare when they actually did manage to get the win. For Namibia, I'm not sure, because considering the experience of Pakistan, what chance do they stand? Like unless if Pakistan decide to rest a few players or try, I doubt they'll be doing that. Therein, Namibia will lie a chance. Otherwise, I don't see them getting through this game.
Okay, so but when you see the bowling as well, both the teams have opening bowlers who love to take wickets in the first few overs. So that is Shaheen and Trumpelman. So considering Namibia's okayish opening, I think Shaheen will definitely get a few wickets. But can Trumpelman trump the Pakistan openers today?
Well, it'll be interesting to see if he does manage to do that, because it's definitely not going to be an easy task, because Babar and Rizwan have been one of the, prolific opening pair in 2021 in the T20s. They average, I think, more than 50 or something in this year. So definitely, it's going to be a tough task for the Namibian bowlers, is what I would say.
Okay, all right, folks. So that was all from our pre-match analysis, a short and sweet one again. So, but that's not all we have on our show. We have an exciting contest as well, where all you have to do is comment your prediction of man of the match below in the comments. So yesterday, the man of the match was Buttler, and we had a lot of predictions for Buttler. And here are the chits. So I'll pick one from the lucky draw.
Hope your name is not there in that.
No. Conflict of interest. Yeah, it's Kokila,
Kokila B.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Kokila.
Congratulations, guys. And today we have two matches. So we'll have two winners. Yeah.
Hopefully, if they predict right, like you can start your entries probably by 5.
Yeah.
Once the video is out, before the start of the second innings of the first game.
Yeah, and don't forget to share it with your friends, and also subscribe, bro, so that you don't miss. Yeah, you will not miss out on any videos. So thank you, guys. Cheers.